Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Against the Public for August 1st. I'm Dana Lane. Thanks for joining me. I can tell I still don't have the voice back, but we'll try to push through it as we did yesterday. Today, we're going to go through my top Major League Baseball free plays, and then we'll wrap it up with a recap of historical preseason football numbers as the day has arrived for the start of the National Football League preseason. After the show, please go to Pickdawgz.com. I'll have my premium Hall of Fame game winner. I will just have side in this game. That's up on the website right now, along with my Major League Baseball card, which is already locked in for Thursday as well. You can jump on those single plays, or please take advantage of the Major League Baseball 3-pack for just $49.99. It gives you every single one of my plays for one low price. Every 3-pack, every individual play always comes with our Pick Dawgz win guarantee that states you must profit or receive an immediate site credit for the purchase price. And in addition, guys, there is no other time that's better than right now today to become an all-access member. And you can do that for the next 30 days for less than $11 a day. Or better yet, jump on that 90-day all-access offer for just $10 a day, less than $10 a day. Or by far the best offer I have on there, and there's just hours to go in this because it's our Christmas in July. I don't think July is going to bleed into August, but we'll see how far we can push it. Definitely by the kickoff of the preseason Hall of Fame game, that offer will be gone. You can become an all-access member for the next 365 days for just $3.02 a day. So grab your credit cards, throw it on there. We'll pay it off a little at a time, and we'll get to work. We'll start with today's Hall of Fame game, and then we'll definitely roll our sleeves up for the rest of the year. And if you were with us last year, you know how well we did. It's documented. It's up there on the website for all to see. For better or worse, every pick is always up there. And tonight's game between the Houston Texans and the Chicago Bears, we have seen some movement on this of late. The Chicago Bears were a small favorite early in the week, kind of stayed there for the last couple of weeks, really. Texans are now a 1.5-point favorite with a total of 31.5. And of course, we're only 24 days away from college football. I have my preseason package loaded up on Pickdawgz.com. You can get every preseason play that I release for just $199.99. We smashed 56% of our NFL winners last year, and combined that with college football, 4,000 units won by far. Number one football handicapper, I guess, combined between the NFL and college football last year. If you missed last year, please make sure you don't miss out on 2024. And if you get that annual pass for just $3.02 a day now, basically you're paying for the NFL and college football, and then everything else is free. That's how it works, because the individual packages between the NFL and college football will exceed that $3.02 a day that we're asking you to pay right now. So you would pay for the college football season, the NFL regular season, the NFL preseason, but you would get the NHL, NBA, college basketball, Major League Baseball up to this point, this time next year, basically all for free for one low price. It's Christmas in July. Jump on it now because I think it's going to be gone pretty soon. Okay, on to your free plays for Thursday. Remember, these are probable, so please confirm before making your selections. We'll start it off 6:40 Eastern Time. Short card today. 9:05, 9:06 is your rotation number. Baltimore Orioles against the Cleveland Guardians. Guardians and Orioles both a minus $1.10 each way. 9.5 under minus 15. Trevor Rogers against Ben Lively. Make sure you check on who's going to start because we are guessing it's Trevor Rogers for the Baltimore Orioles, but still not confirmed on various sites, just kind of getting word that Rogers might get the start. And we're going to go with that as if he is. And I'm well aware that Trevor Rogers is 2-9 this year, a 4.53 ERA. But if you watch Rogers in his career, I never thought he was as bad as his 15-32 record would indicate. And we're going to test that theory out because now Rogers is on the Baltimore Orioles, which is a contending team, and they thought enough of him to go out and get him. So I think that's going to probably hold true again. I thought Rogers was always a product of being in Miami, and now that he's in Baltimore, I think you're going to see a different pitcher. In his last 5 starts, Rogers has allowed 9 earned runs in 24 innings, It's a respectable 3.38 ERA. Lively, 9-6 this year, 3.44 ERA, but has allowed 14 earned runs in his last 28 innings. That's a 4.5 ERA. So we have two pitchers with opposite records for the year, but current form says that Rogers is a stronger play in his first start for a better team, which is the Orioles. So far, public is kind of split on which way they're going on this. It's a small lean towards the Guardians, 57% of the money and 55% of the tickets. Baltimore has won 4 of their last 5 after losing 5 of 6. I think they're going to get back. They're back on track again. I think they're one of the more reliable, along with Cleveland, have been more than reliable to put your money behind in 2024. Let's go against the public in this one, and we're going to take Baltimore minus $1.10. 3:40 Eastern Time. 907, 908. Kansas City Royals minus $1.65 on the road. 8.5 under minus 15 against the Detroit Tigers. Seth Lugo against Keider Montero. There's very little doubt who the public is on this one, because almost every ticket and just over 2,000 tickets monitored have been on the Royals. And this has kind of been a pros versus Joes matchup, because the number has moved towards Detroit, not only in Vegas but offshore as well. So the small amount of wagers that are coming in on Detroit are pretty significant and pretty respected, and so that number is actually moving the other way despite the percentages going in the opposite direction. In addition to the side, we see that the public is also on the over, with 90% of the money going that way, giving us a chance to go against the public in the total, because that's what we're looking at. We're not going to look at the side here with minus $1.65. So Seth Lugo, 12-5 this year, an incredible 2.66 ERA. That's after allowing 6 earned runs against the Cubs in 6 1/3 innings. That was in his last start. So now we go back and say, okay, well, when Lugo has a bad start this year, you can really point to about 4 times where it's very un-Seth Lugo-like. 3 times he has bounced back and pitched phenomenal. We're going to expect him to do that again in this outing. Montero, 1-4, 6.38 ERA. That's only in 6 starts, and no one is going to try to blind you and say that Montero is better than his record. But this wager is more about Lugo, because I think he's going to be able to slice this game in half, and we're really going to rely on the Royals to get over that total, which we're going to go the opposite way. The Royals have been one of the better under teams in Major League Baseball this year, 60-47-2 to the under. I'll stay on that train, and we're going to go against the public here, under 8.5 minus $1.15. And then finally, 9:38 Eastern Time, 9:09, 9:10, if I can just get that out. Colorado Rockies, Los Angeles Angels. Angels minus $1.25, 8.5 over minus 15. Ryan Feltner against Carson Fulmer. I have a friend of mine that's a massive Angels fan, texts me all the time and keeps talking about postseason. I think we're going to give my acquaintance another day of being delusional, because he certainly has clouded judgment. Trout's not coming back, nor should he. And but we are going to take the Angels in this one, who broke a 5-game winning streak last night. With a loss to the Rockies, split the first 2 games of the series, but the Rockies broke that 5-game losing streak. Struck out 11 times last night, and really they get the win because Kyle Freeland's on the mound, who is clearly a guy that I'm really surprised he's still in Colorado, but still in Colorado. Of course, had some injury issues, and but this isn't Kyle Freeland tonight. Ryan Feltner's 1-10 this season, a 4.99 ERA. Rockies are just 5-16 when Feltner gets the start. So the former Ohio State Buckeye has not had a great major league career. He's given up 125 hits and 115 in the 3rd innings this year. And Carson Fulmer's just making his 4th start of the season, but as a starter, the veteran has allowed 6 earned runs in 15 innings. That's a 3.60 ERA, more than respectable. Over his last 6 outings, opponents are hitting just 171 against Fulmer, with a 3.5 to 1 strikeout to walk ratio. That's pretty good. The Angels have won 6 out of 10. We're going to make that 7 of 11. We're going to take the Angels minus $1.25. And before we go, With the NFL preseason starting today, tomorrow, depending on when you're watching this, I wanted to leave you with some historical preseason numbers to see if past performance will indeed equal future results. And as we go through this, we see bookmakers have you got you really even in preseason. It's incredible how for some reason they jack up those home teams, they jack up those home favorites, and we, for the most part, the betting public just falls for it hook, line, and sinker, and they basically zap your bankroll before we even get to the regular season. So what do I mean by that? Well, here's the numbers. Over the last 3 preseasons, underdogs and favorites are even right down the middle, 69, 69, and 7 ATS. But home teams are just 60 and 79, while road teams are plus 10.23 units, of course, with a 76 and 60 record. That's pretty good. Home favorites 41 and 49, minus 11.77 units, while home dogs are 19, 27, and 5, minus 9.42 units. Who are the best teams over the last 3 seasons? Well, the Pittsburgh Steelers are 7-2 ATS, plus 4.37 units. Houston Texans 7-2, plus 4.21 units. Buffalo Bills 6-2-1, plus 3.52 units. And the Las Vegas Raiders 7-3 ATS over the last 3 seasons, plus 3.29 units. The worst over the last 3 seasons, Minnesota Vikings 1-7-1, minus 6.03 units. New York Giants 2-7, minus 4.93. And the Philadelphia Eagles 2-6-1, minus 4.26 units. And we'll throw in the Commanders there just because I'm a Cowboys fan. Commanders 3-6 ATS, minus 3.29 units. Over the last 5 years, let's go back a little ways. These are interesting numbers too. Over the last 5 years, underdogs are 142 and 123, plus 11.63 units. So that tells you over a long period of time, when we're looking at preseason, underdogs are the way to look first. Road teams 144, 115, plus 20.57 units, 56% winners over the last 5 years. That makes sense considering we're talking about road teams are usually underdogs, and the underdogs have done well. Well, road dogs in preseason over the last 5 years, 103 and 78, 57% winners, plus 19.22 units. So you might want to look for those road dogs to start the preseason. Who are the best teams over the last 5 years? Well, the Las Vegas Raiders are 14-4 ATS, plus 8.60 units. Pittsburgh Steelers 12-4-1, plus 7 units. And the Buffalo Bills 12-4-1, plus 6.87 units. The worst teams over the last 5 years, Atlanta Falcons 4-14 ATS, minus 10.15 units. Philadelphia Eagles 4-12-1, minus 8.45 units. And the Detroit Lions 5-11-1 ATS, minus 6.27 units. They come in third place. If there's anything you'd like me to research, whether it's Major League Baseball, preseason football, NFL, college football coming up, just let me know. Drop a little hint on the YouTube channel, and I'll get to it as soon as I can. And I'm sure if I can discuss records under full moons, I can get most of your requests. So that does it for your Thursday free play and handicapping tip of the day. Please go to pickdawgz.com. Get involved with one of my many available packages, including my all-access pass that gives you every game I release for one low price. Here's our Thursday free play recap. Another winning day, by the way, on Wednesday. We've been rolling of late. Baltimore minus $1.10, Kansas City, Detroit under 8.5 minus 15, and the Los Angeles Angels minus $1.25. That does it for today's show. Hope you guys liked the new background. I mean, it was the start of the football season. I thought, well, yeah, we got to spice this up a little bit. And this is between you and I. I had somebody. If you don't, personal info. I absolutely love Godzilla. I love Godzilla. King of monsters to me. Whatever. So somebody gives me this backdrop with Godzilla. And I've had people say, well, what is that in your backdrop? Because you couldn't really see its head. But it's actually Godzilla. It's not a wave. But I had to take that down. I'm like, okay. But you got to leave it up for a little bit because you got to say, hey, thanks for thinking of me. And they were very proud to hand that to me. But after a while, it's kind of like, okay, we got to get back to sports here. I got to do some rearranging, but got a few Godzillas over there, and Godzilla's not too far behind in my house. So that does it for today's show. Thank you to everyone who watches for Against the Public. Get on that preseason game tomorrow. NFL is going to get crushed this year, and we're going to do it from day one of preseason. For Against the Public, I'm Dana Lane. All the best to you and your wagers on Thursday.